All right. Now I remember that we started the meeting, recording.
I had a Zoom last night with genealogy resources in New England, and I had split screen and I was watching my grandson play baseball over at the high school. But neither one of them needed my full attention.
All right.
So we're getting acclimated here.
Yeah, which share.
Finding what we want to share.
Okay.
You know, as much as the Tech for Seniors do their shtick every week, they're always
Prepared.
pause before they can find what they want to share.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have,
Right.
a series of things maybe saved there, and you're
Well, especially when you only have one screen, like on your laptop.
Yeah.
You got more than one at home, that's a different story. It's easier to do that. Okay.
Once Don gets here, maybe we'll go back and make sure we approve the minutes.
Right.
But today we were gonna look at some links again, and I wanna, for the last couple of months, I've said I wanted to talk more about what the Tech for Seniors has to offer everyone. So if you're at home and you want to learn about something or just see what's new in technology, they're a good place to go to. And we use the videos they create quite a bit in our monthly hodgepodge of things. Why do you know where did you save the one of them getting their award?
I couldn't.
The
The link you sent me didn't work. And there was the only thing you sent me.
It's the face popped up. I wasn't looking for it, so I thought I
it didn't work, and it was so short that
it
didn't
was
say what award they won or anything. So
silly connection.
Yeah. Anyway, before we continue, why don't you do your
hey, give me this.
All right, so why don't you do your minutes?
Is Don here?
Yep.
Yeah. We haven't done anything yet, Don, so.
He's gonna get full.
Okay.
All right, so make a motion.
Okay. We want to consider the minutes as they appeared in the newsletter. Somewhere here.
All right. I move Sandy second. Unless we got any objections.
So maybe we made us.
Say that again.
Ellen Watch, you raised your hand.
Yep.
Ellen?
Ellen.
And Sandy.
And I don't know, am I allowed to? Whatever.
You can second.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, and before we go on further, on our webpage with the links, we have a notice from the college that they're giving AI classes Tuesdays and Thursdays from April 24th to May 28th.
You gotta be on campus though.
Yeah. Well, it's here.
Oh, here. Oh, good.
Yep.
What time?
5:30 to 7:30. So
Maybe we can send this to you.
It's right here in our links.
Oh, it's in the links.
It's in the
You
links.
go to our
You go
collection of links. It's which one?
the bottom one.
The very bottom.
Yeah.
It says Lorraine County Community College Artificial Intelligence. You know, the college offered one series of things on AI and they were $30 a class.
Oh.
And I thought,
Well, this is free and this is all the details, so but as it says, space is limited, so
so it's in one of these rooms up here?
I imagine so, yeah.
Imagine.
Can you send that to everybody?
It's on the links page.
It's on the links
The
The
page.
links page, okay.
Yeah, go to the links page. It's the last one in
You see anything
the
there?
recent collection.
Right. So
If you don't have trouble finding it or whatever, let us know. We'll get back.
all right. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that up. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead
well,
and
that was
talk about Because that's time sensitive, so I want to get that in there.
Yeah, because it's coming up soon.
Mhm.
And I think we should take advantage of any of these AI things, because they're here, there, and everywhere, and some of them are really useful to use, and some of them are helpful to be aware, you
Right,
know, so you can.
And it starts when?
so
Here's the flyer if you want to see
Well,
it. There's
no,
some
that's
of
the
them.
wrong flyer,
It's not a flyer?
that's the wrong flyer.
Oh, that's the wrong flyer. Don't look at that flyer.
She wants to see them.
It's on the screen there.
On the screen, yeah. And we think there's flyers of this outside on a table.
Maybe, I'm not sure, I'm just Vanessa out there.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5:30 to 7:30. How many times?
Covering April.
It's 4 days. What date's today?
Today's the 14th, so
14th.
next Tuesday,
Next week.
and that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow.
It's 4, I think.
2 more weeks in this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks like 6 weeks.
Thank you.
You know, there's another one I think I have, and I don't have it with me, but AARP was offering one that was not it wasn't one that you went together and sat through at the same
Right.
time like a Zoom. It was just come and click yourself through it, self-paced.
Okay.
And I thought that would, I'll share that back when we get home.
Okay.
Cause yeah, like I said, it behooves us to be aware of all this
Right, so
and
where that was.
there was a well-known, yes, well-known is a former resident of Lorraine County who went through Lake Ridge Academy, I believe. But he went on to get a job at Anthropic, which is probably a name you may have heard in one of the big companies in AI. And he spoke at Lake Ridge Academy last week. And I couldn't get anybody to go with me. It was at night and it was dark.
My son went.
Oh, did he? How did he like it?
Very, very good. He said it was really excellent. He said, but there was a young girl from Oberlin
Okay.
who came in and was very
Uh-oh.
challenging and
Oh.
in his face
Ooh.
and wasn't listening.
Oh my. She had something to prove and.
Yeah, she came.
Didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. There was a summary in the Chronicle and I think they mentioned that.
Of course not.
Of course not.
It's a,
But yeah, there is a lot of contention behind it, but there's no stopping it now. We just hold on and pray for the best, I think. But there are some useful things that come up. And that we might as well take advantage of. So why don't we do the one we were talking about for Ellen wanted to know about for AARP and scams.
okay.
Did we get back to that?
Well, that was.
This is something that we shared, I believe,
Yeah.
from AARP had sent out, and they were doing a Zoom class or two on scams.
I don't know that it was, well, I don't know, wait, it might be Zoom. But anyway.
Yeah, this one's on cryptocurrency and scams.
Cryptocurrency and cybercrime,
Yeah,
And
and
then-
there's the cybercrime exposed.
right, so all these three, I sent out the.
There's,
Yeah.
if you can't find it in your email, let us know, but you click on
The register here.
where it says register here, click on that, Nikki.
See, I'm still turned off.
There, register here, and then it wants you to have an AARP login.
Okay, so.
So if you've had occasion to register for
Well,
other
we gotta do this
things,
first, click on the register now.
yeah, there's the register now, or are you already registered? I don't-
Yeah, well, that's. if
Or does
you're
that mean you have an account?
No, you've already registered for this
Oh,
class.
oh,
So again, so you log in with your AARP credentials, or if you're not registered, you create an account.
Which is pretty simple, as I recall.
Yeah, it's free to put email.
As long as you kept track of what the
Right,
password
your
was.
password and your name, and blah, blah,
email.
blah, so, yeah, that's it, and then it's all free, so.
And then once you log in or do this, they'll send you a Zoom link,
Um,
I believe, because they said the meeting's by Zoom.
is it, I'm not sure,
I'm almost 100% sure, but.
okay.
And then once you have that Zoom link at the right time, you just click on it and.
And this is on our site,
No, this was an email I sent
That
out,
was an email from LCCG
On the other
membership,
Huh?
April 11th. If like I said, if you can't find it in your email,
just
email me.
search your email for LCCUG, so.
alright.
I put it back in subject line.
Scroll up and see if it doesn't say Zoom.
I was sick in bed for 3 weeks.
But somewhere in there, I'm there, Zoom, where?
Where,
Scroll up before host.
oh, where's Zoom, okay.
Up.
Right here,
Right there, Zoom. So I'm assuming as soon as you go through that little registration thing, they'll send you the link. And then on that time and date, you'll click on the Zoom link and it'll open. And and I'm sure the Zoom link will probably have instructions, a reminder of details.
well, you click on the Zoom thing, and most of the time you click on the open in Zoom meetings and you're done.
Yeah.
So,
But it might remind you of the date and time, but
well. The Zoom link won't,
yeah, the page that brings you this.
the email that they respond back to you after you register does, yes.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's on set, you want to see, let's see. That's the right one.
So that is a free resource that's being made available. I was curious, a lot of these places will record, the session and then make it available later, like on YouTube or something, but they didn't say it would be.
So I read yesterday that they figured out how to get into your SIM card on your phone.
SIM takeover that has been around for a while, probably years, and yes, there's. Back, I wonder if we have something on here.
Also another thing.
Yeah, SIM card danger, here we go. We did this on September. So it looks like, let's see what else we have. SIM swapping, that's what it's called, yeah. So we did that one on January of last year. So yeah, we have done topics on that, and it is something to be concerned about. So might want to go back and
Yeah, I'll go back. This was a new alert, so
it may be a new alert, but it's an old
Okay.
scam.
And there's another thing that Judy sent to us.
Okay, that's so.
Yeah, rebooting your router. Did
Yeah,
you
she
see
said
that?
that.
The NFS,
And NSA.
NSA, 3 initials. There, that one. And and somebody asked about it at yesterday's Tech for Senior meeting, and they said, yeah, I've heard that too, but I haven't had a chance to read and see if the seriousness, is this absolutely something that we should do or. But then they said, well, it's something you should do every once in a while anyway, so I can't imagine it hurt.
Yeah, right, well, it's definitely not gonna hurt, it's just gonna put you out of service for a little bit.
What are you supposed to not do or do?
yeah.
What are you with?
Oops.
What are they telling you not to do?
They're not telling you, they just say reboot your router and it'll prevent it from having something bad happen that might be going on.
Oh,
Like if we read this here, it's
Yeah,
malicious cyber actors may leverage your internet for blah blah blah.
Once still in the store, updated regularly. So best practice, changing the default usernames, I hope everybody has done that at least.
Well, everybody's done what?
Change the default usernames and passwords to your router.
From what it came when they set it up for
Right.
you or
No,
walked
I've
you
never
through?
done that.
Yeah, okay.
You're not surprised.
Well, I'm not sure. You know, they did mine for me when I changed to this company and
They may have done the Wi-Fi
yeah,
username and password, but that's not they're talking about the admin
oh, the.
login. Yeah, because anybody who, if you look up Netgear default login, it'll tell you what the, out of the box login to get into the Netgear router.
Yes,
And that's what they're
and I
talking
remember
about.
doing that on my desktop computer that I haven't been using.
Okay.
Occasionally, but
Okay,
I haven't paid attention to.
yeah, this is what they're talking about because anybody who gets on your network or whatever can get into your router by just using that default username and password. And then they can do all kinds of stuff, make little holes for themselves so they can log in anytime on your network or whatever, so.
You know, that reminds me that I had, I changed to. A year or two ago, they came to the door, yada yada, we've got new lines in your neighborhood.
Right.
So I switched to Brights.
Right speed
Speed.
fiber, right.
And this spring, within 2 days of each other, I had Brights Speed come back and I had the other one.
Spectrum.
It starts with a B.
Wrong.
No,
One start with a B.
if there's Brightspeed and
Verizon.
no.
No.
Anyway, they were, and I said, oh, the other guy was just here yesterday. And to be honest, I had to look on my phone to see
Which one was?
which one I paid for, because they both start with a B.
Yeah,
And they kind of looked, okay, lady, are you want to charge it?
yeah,
Internet in your house? Is there someone else? And then they were both disappointed that I don't pay for cable TV.
oh,
You know, I just do internet and
right, right.
pay for a few streaming channels. And the antenna, you have an antenna for two balloon chase channels. Anyway, but they were trying. I felt so sorry for them. It was still cold out.
Oh,
They're going door to door. They said, well, we've run all.
Do you like,
We've installed all these lines in your neighborhood, your city, and they want us to get more customers to pay for.
do you like Brightspeed?
Yeah, no complaints.
Cause I know a lot of people that have it, they say they lose.
Yeah, I watch on
Like
Facebook when people grumble, you
well, I
know.
think the issue is depending on what topology you have. If you have the fiber, which I think is what you have.
Yes, I think
It's
that's
good.
what fiber is.
If you don't have the fiber, I think it's not so good. So,
My friend. And it will shut it down.
Yeah. Well, that's all they're offering is the fiber, because they said they've got new lines in our alley,
okay,
so.
Yeah, I think that's
So
how
I was just like, I've heard too many complaints about it, so. I'm not gonna give them
what do you have now?
Spectrum.
Yeah, I think that's the one I
You know what? I've never had a problem with Spectrum.
That's true.
Never.
I
Not
didn't have, I usually didn't have a problem with Spectrum either, except for the price.
Yeah, the price has been going up, like
Oh,
it went up like $8 from the amount I had originally, went up, it's gone up, but I don't have any cable living.
You just have the internet. Right.
That's it.
Breeze line.
Oh, that's right, Priest.
That's the other one.
Yeah. Yeah,
I never heard of it.
I have, but anyway, so. If it starts to get. Too pricey for you, you might wanna check either, the Brightspeed or. That's hardwired, so you might be better off with that, or one of the wireless services.
And sometimes if you just threaten to move,
Mm-hmm,
they renegotiate your fee.
yes, yeah,
They know you have other options. And,
right,
Cause they sent me something that said $35 for your first year.
Yeah.
oh,
then-
are you still on
then
that?
Hold on.
Are you still on that, or did that, you passed your first year already?
when they offered me the first year price, it's
Yeah,
stayed,
yeah.
it's stayed and it's
Oh,
been a
on
couple
your,
years.
on your bright speed though.
Yeah, yeah,
Right, that's nice.
That's good, because
Yeah.
they said only a year, and I was thinking, oh, what's it gonna go to?
yeah, and then
that?
oh, well, whoever thought we'd be worrying about,
Right?
you know, when the club started, we never even. They hadn't invented the internet yet that we knew
Oh,
of.
yeah, they did.
That we knew of.
We had to do it on dial-up.
We had dial-up access.
Yeah.
And Freenet, operated by Community
Oberlin.
College, I believe.
Oberlin,
Oh, was it Oberlin?
wasn't it Oberlin College?
I thought Community College had part of it too, and then it started locally in Cleveland too, but anyway. AOL, I had an AOL,
I always use the free stuff that they
so
sent
they
out to
have the
this.
free,
Yeah, the free trials, I
Yeah.
always use those.
Yeah.
So if I tell my son to check the router, which one of those should I tell him to open up?
we'll send that
Well,
article.
check, well, that's the one about rebooting. But they
Oh.
also suggest that you, obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously. They always suggest that you, anything you get, change the default usernames and passwords to your equipment, whatever it is. To something that somebody knows, because they're published all over the world that these are the default usernames and passwords for
Yeah,
XYZ device. So, yeah, you always want to change it.
And nowadays with computers, they can. You know, they're
Yeah.
running in the background, trying every combination.
Yes, yeah,
Possible, and can come up with your name, and if you've used it once, they kind of can tap into that. Oh, let's try it again for this problem.
So if I click on something like, say Amazon or something, they said, use this password.
now this is for your router, in this case, it's for your router, but any device you buy. You download or you buy, I shouldn't say download, any device you buy that has a username and password. By default, you should always change that to something that you created. After you buy it or after you install it.
Now, if I wanna update my password, and they give you an option, here's a good password to use. I don't ever take those.
That's fine. Most of the time, those are okay to use, the suggested passwords, but. I don't typically use them either, I just create my own, but. I have a password manager that keeps track of that, so. For me, it's easy.
Yeah, there's online password managers, or at least have a
Right.
paper one that you don't lose. A little notebook or folder or something, anyway.
Right.
Do you know where the one on changing your Gmail address is?
Oh, there's a couple of them
Oh,
down here.
Cause it used to be when you first wanted a Gmail, when they first came out, you had to pick one name and
There's
use.
this one, there's this one, I mean, the new one you sent me.
Yeah, the CBS, the news TV channel might be a good one, they always do it wasn't real comprehensive, but it gave you the flavor.
Which?
The CNBC, well,
No, that's an
well,
article.
that's,
This is a 1 minute thing, I can't remember who did this one.
it wasn't very long, the one I'm thinking of.
Well, this is 1 minute. But this is not the, this is base 44 super, you know what, this might be the advertising. Yeah. Oh, Today Show, here it is.
Yeah, that I put on it something,
Make sure.
identify. Wake up.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Well, we could try. Skip.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe try another one. Oh yeah, skip over that. That doesn't.
It's just caching. See if I can bring up another one. Maybe here's 3 minutes. Oh, you know what?
Allowing users to change their Gmail address, and I want to talk a little bit about this.
All right. Don, do you see that?
No, it's blank. It's blank.
Yeah, I thought so. It's not, okay, let me. Move this window from the shared. Let me just bring it up over here.
Base 44 super agent.
People everywhere are rejoicing because you can finally change that cringy Gmail address that you made when you were 12.
All right, Don, that one you can see in here, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay, all right.
What's up, guys? I'm Theon Greyjoe, and I'll show you the actual process in a bit. I went through it and tested it myself, but first I can explain some of the more obvious questions that you probably have, because it doesn't actually seem like as much of a point of no return or irreversible thing as you might think. First of all, the big one is that yes, you will still be able to receive emails to your old address, and actually, in fact, be able to send emails from the old address in addition to the new one. Also, no one will be able to take your previous Gmail address. It's still yours. It's basically added on as what's called an alternative email address. So it's not so much that you're completely removing the old one and then switching to a new one and the old one doesn't exist anymore. In this case, you'll both have on the same Gmail account 2 email addresses that are kind of equal, and then you set the new one as the default. It does all this automatically, and then you'll still have that old Gmail address tied to your account in addition to the new one. And you can actually switch between your old email address and your new one as your default as many times as you want. Although to create a brand new one and add yet another one, you can only do that once every 12 months, and you can only do it 3 times to have 4 different emails total on the same Google account. Google says that this is still rolling out to all users, but it was on my test account, and it's been a month since they announced it, so I think most people probably have it by now. If you are thinking about doing this, there is a Google support article that talks a lot more in depth about it. I'll link it in the description. You should probably read through that if you're going to do this, because it does have some potential issues you might want to look at. Like, for example, if you log in with a Chromebook using that Google account, you might have to take some extra steps, but for the most part, there doesn't really seem to be any downsides. Also, I will point out that it says that all your data will be saved. It's not really changing much about your account. But then at the same time, it also has a whole section in here describing how they recommend you back up all your data and do all this stuff. It's kind of like, why is that necessary if it's not supposed to change all that stuff? So I'm not sure if that really inspires confidence. Maybe they're just covering themselves. So maybe unless you really need to do this, it might be worth waiting for some kinks to get worked out. Also, your old email may still appear in some places. For example, if you log into different third-party accounts using that Google account, it might still show your old Gmail account, though there are some steps for how you can potentially change it over. You might have to do that through that website, or just simply logging in again with the account with the new email might work. That's all described in the article. So what does the process look like to change your Gmail address? It's actually easier than I probably would have thought. So all you do is go to your top right account picture and you click on that, and then go to manage your Google account. Then on the left, you go to personal info, then you click email, and then Google account email. In here, if you see the option to change Google account email, you can continue, or if you don't, then it's possible this hasn't been rolled out to your account yet. You probably have to wait, but in my case, it was. Once you click it, you get taken to a page that shows more info about what's about to happen, some other warnings and stuff, and then there's a box at the bottom where you can type in and select a new Gmail address. And then once you type it in, you click change email, and then click another confirmation, and then it just takes you back to the menu before, and you can now see that your old account will show up under alternate emails. And even right away now, your account name at the top right, if you click your profile, will show as, in this case, Theojo Alt, the new one. Another neat thing you might notice is now when you go to send email, you can actually select which email to send from. It defaults to your new one, but you can also send it from your old one. Like if you still use it, or people send emails to it and are expecting it from that one. If it doesn't automatically show this, there are some steps you can take to do it manually. I'll cover that in a second. Because when I first tried to do this, strangely, I was getting this error about an invalid from address whenever I would try to send from my new one. And oddly, it would let me send it if I selected my old email. Fortunately, simply signing out and signing back in fixed that. It was probably just some cookie issue. Though strangely, now I could send from the new email address fine, but there's no actual way to select to send from the old address. If that does happen, it's actually not a problem. Just go into your Gmail settings and then go to Accounts and Import, and then look for Send Mail As. Then you just type in your old email into that box and hit Next, and then it'll get manually added, and it'll look the same. So it seems like maybe they were trying to automatically set all that up on the back end, but something didn't stick, but at least you can do it yourself. Another thing that I will point out that you might come across is I noticed after I was able to sign back in and send from my new account, if I tried to send it to my old email address just as a test, it didn't seem to show up, but then it actually showed up in the all mail. Apparently that is normally what's supposed to happen if you send an email to one of your own aliases, but after I added it as one of my send from ones, it again showed up in the inbox when sending to it, so that's just an oddity to be aware of. Another thing that I noticed is it kept refreshing the page in Gmail. I don't know why, but closing out the tab and reopening it, or just closing out the browser and going back to Gmail, that seems to have fixed it, so I don't know what was up with that. Now, you might be wondering at this point, what's the reverse process look like if you want to change it back to your old account as the default? That's also really simple. Back in that menu we were at before, you just look in alternate emails, and next to your old one, you just click make this your Google account email. Once you confirm it, it goes back to how it was before, and now your new email account that you created a second ago now shows up as your alternate one. And you can do this as often as you like, switching between your existing alternate addresses. It's just if you want to create a brand new one, you can only do that every 12 months and up to 3 times total. I did notice that after switching back to the old account, it again did that weird thing with the error when trying to send it. And once again, signing out and signing back in fixed it. So that must be a thing about switching your default Gmail account in general. It doesn't seem to be an exclusive bug just for that process. And again, it also did that weird refreshing thing. But once again, closing the tab and opening Gmail in another tab fixed that. Another tip that I realized is if you want to keep your old Gmail account as the main one that you log in with and everything, but then use the new one just to send emails and stuff, you can actually do that in the Gmail settings. There's actually an option in the Gmail settings to make that alternate email a default. Now, to do that, you would still have to go through the process of, quote, changing your Gmail address and then changing it back, and then adding the alternative, and then making it the default, but still. And by the way, I will point out that you can add alternate emails that aren't even necessarily Gmail accounts. Like I added one that was an Outlook account. And that way you can actually log into your Google account with a Outlook email or whatever other email service. So your Google account doesn't necessarily have to be tied to a Gmail account. It's just usually people associate that with it. And likewise, you can even make it so you can send from your other account. Though for that, you have to do a couple extra steps to add the SMTP login information. And that's so Gmail can connect to your original email service and basically log in with it. So you're kind of just using Gmail as the web interface, but still sending it through your old email. Anyway, I thought I'd just point that out. So I would be curious how many of you are going to do this. Do you have a cringy email that you just can't stand and now you finally have the opportunity to change it? We can talk about that all down in the comments. If you want to keep watching, next up, here's a video where I talk about 20 Windows settings that you should probably change now if you haven't already. I'll put that link right.
You know, some people have, their first Gmail account perhaps was Phyllis and Jonathan Jones Jr., and maybe they're divorced by now, but that whole long thing has long been their
He
email.
talks so fast.
The fellow did?
That guy talks so fast.
Well, perhaps.
didn't.
Oh, you did? Oh, you can always, when you rewatch a video, you can slow it down. And if you're not sure how to do that, maybe he can show you there.
Okay.
And then another time, like somebody had an email that was 3 beers and a dong or
Oh,
something.
geez.
Because they were in college and that was cool. And they're stuck with that. login name. They've signed up for streaming service, you know, and everything, and they don't
You
know.
wanna change your name for safety reasons.
I don't see a reason. to do
There
that.
usually isn't a reason to change your,
Oh, just if you don't like it,
Yeah,
other than, yeah, if you don't like it.
or you share spouse, you know, one of them.
Yeah, I remember clearly helping somebody at the computer lab at the library. And it was, you know, email was fairly new, and he understood he should have a complicated
password.
password, but what he was trying to make was this complicated login name, you know.
Oh,
So he was nonsense words and numbers and
Okay.
everything, and I said, you know, people are gonna wanna send you email there, and if it's too complicated, they'll never get it right.
right.
Be typing you the wrong, and I don't think he got it, see,
Oh,
trust me. Hopefully he's figured it out, was years ago. He realized that that kind of login name wasn't, but you know, I've got some old Gmail accounts that are, you know, I was sitting at the library one day and I needed a new email account for Gmail. And so I real quick made one called Window Desk, because I was sitting at the desk nearest to window. And I still want to use that email once in a while because it's good. But Window Desk is kind of nonsensical, so I would like to go in and rename that one.
My daughter keeps getting emails from her dad, my husband, who's been dead over 15 years.
Oh.
I don't know what that's all about.
Email,
Like
email spoofing.
wrong or something.
Email spoofing.
Like I was getting somebody's email about money she was borrowing, and I think she was like from another country. I just kept ignoring them because I didn't want them to think it was attacked to anybody, but they were saying, oh, you know, you gotta make your payment now. Oh, we're lending you some more money, and I.
But you can block them, right?
Yeah, but I thought I should at
Create
least
a filter to
observe
send
it.
spam. Yeah, you can create a filter to send right to spam.
Yeah, that would send it to spam or
Or delete.
into a folder I didn't have to look at, but I thought I should kind of keep half an eye on what was happening there. Finally, it stopped, so. Who knows? But he gave a lot of the, well, if it doesn't work, try this and that, which could be useful, but if everything works the way they want it to work, it is a fairly simple thing to do.
Right.
So we wanted to share. There's a couple here in our, you can go back and watch. What was another one? I had the one where Chris Gould was talking about backing up your,
Hasleo.
oh, the Hislop, no, that's a good one. Want me to
Oh,
look at
Google
that? It's a
Stack
short one.
Folder. This is the one that you're talking about.
Yeah, either
Wanna
one
look
of
at that
those
one? Okay.
would be useful, I think.
All right.
Maybe show where the speed is.
That's what I was just gonna
Okay,
do.
okay,
you know.
okay, okay.
So if you don't know the
The
shortcut
purpose
keys,
of Google Photos.
then just go down here to the settings. And
Settings.
playback speed is here unless it's sometimes if there's other things in here like closed captions or whatever. It might be further down, so you might have to scroll it, but you have the choice of doing all different kinds of things here.
Real fast.
Yeah, and you can
Right,
go slower or you can go faster.
Up to 2 times unless you're a paid member, then you can do 3. So, yeah, you can,
And that's useful.
it is.
And if you're, you know, I didn't quite understand it, back it up, play it again, slow it down.
Yeah, there's the I don't know how to do that without doing the shortcut keys, and let's see here. I think, let's see here. I think the question mark? No. No, I don't know how to get the shortcut keys, I just know where they, oh, I wonder if it's this. No.
I just dragged the little,
Oh, yeah, you can always just drag.
yeah, I
this
just
is your
dragged that
cursor,
over,
right.
back it up. drag it
Somewhere
up.
in here lets you do the shortcut keys. I know that the J and the L key are the back and the forward 10
I've never
seconds.
used those.
Yeah, they're right next, well, they're not right next to each other, but they're on the keyboard, they are.
Is to collect all
She's trying to tell us.
Yeah, right, let me see, here's my keyboard. So the J and the L key are toggling or straddling the K key. So the J key, since it's to the left, moves you back 10 seconds. The L key, since it's to the right, moves you forward 10 seconds on the Google thing. So if I hit the J key, it says -10. If I hit the L key, it says +10 forward. So you can use that but I don't know how you bring up the shortcut key. I can't remember. Let me see.
Usually I find moving the little
Yeah, I
line
see
that one there.
That's where you
move that
are.
over a little.
That's where you are but it can be annoying if it's a huge, like.
Yeah,
it's
you
pretty
miss the
big.
spot.
Yeah,
Go
right.
too far.
Right. But yeah, you can always just drag this around. So drag that down to wherever you want to go. I'm clicking and holding and dragging it down. So oops, all right.
And also in the war section. Like scroll up. Yeah, where they click on more.
If the presenter
They
had
did it. Yeah.
included chapters,
See, they put chapters in.
right?
And so, I want to go back to the one about Apple,
Right.
whatever, and then it's at 25.
These are the old reliable tools.
So you just click on the 25 dot whatever, and it takes you to that spot.
Yeah,
And that's really useful.
And as you can see, sometimes they're wrong because I just clicked.
Yeah, there'll be a little one.
Google's backup folder with Chris School that says 4320, and that's not what that
Exact
is.
spot. Yeah.
Right.
But it
So
gets you close.
it could.
The purpose
So
of Google.
it was 3 minutes off at least.
Almost good.
Yeah, because here's 47 when she starts talking, and where's my mark? And he says it was 43, and let's call it 44. So that's 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So
And this is what we're looking at as part of the a Tech for Seniors weekly meeting.
right.
And this is one I thought we could look at this one where she's talking about. Is this the one we're backing up Google Photos?
Yeah.
The backup folder.
Yeah, and it was part of that one presentation.
Okay.
Okay.
Google Photos is to collect all of your photos and videos in one place, and that is your Google account in the cloud. If you take all your photos with phones, then all you have to do is use the Google Photos app. You use the iOS app on your Apple iPhone and the Android app on your Android phone. You install the app, you turn on backup, and voila, every photo you take with your phone gets copied to the cloud in your Google account. But what if you also have lots of photos from years past on your computer, on the hard drive, or maybe even on an external hard drive or thumb drives? How do you get those up to the same place? You can do it manually, and that's fine if you only have a few folders. But if you have thousands, then you want it to be an automatic process. Up until now, you had to use a software called Google Drive for desktop, and it was kind of complicated. So I am just thrilled that there is a new feature now with Google Photos on the web where you do not need Drive for desktop. It's so easy. It's just called Backup Folder. I'm Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and I'm going to show you how to use Backup Folder. In order to demonstrate this, I'm going to use a fake account. It's our imaginary friend, Danny Demo. So here I am at a web browser, Google Chrome, and I am signed in to Danny's account, and I go to Google Photos. So now I am looking at the cloud, at the Google Photos account in the cloud with all of Danny's photos. And he doesn't have very many. This is it. Just a few photos, scanning the years from 2019 back to 1997. I don't need to use any special software now. As long as I know what folder on my computer that the photos are in, all I have to do is click this plus and then choose Backup Folders. Now I have to find the folder. It's on this PC, my local C drive, but as I say, this could be on an external drive, anything that you have access to on your computer. Users and Danny's pictures. So actually, I don't even need to go down into it. I just leave it at Danny's pictures and select folder. Now I have to give it permission to view the files. And that's all there is to it. It's starting to back up all of the subfolders beneath Danny's pictures. So all you have to do is put photos in that folder and they will get automatically backed up to your Google Photos. There weren't that many. It says 134 items. Let's take a look. Here's some pictures from Italy. So there was an Italy folder, Alaska, and Fiji. So all of these were automatically uploaded. Now I want to show you one more thing. I'm going to go back out to the folders and show you Danny's photos, Danny's pictures, and here were the folders that got uploaded. Now, there's another folder that wasn't inside that of wedding photos. All I have to do is drag wedding photos into Danny's pictures folder, and now when I go back to Google Photos, those will be uploading as well. And that's all you have to do. The photos that were in the wedding folder that you just added to Danny's pictures folder were automatically uploaded. From now on, anything that you put into that folder gets automatically uploaded to your Google Photos. However, there's one thing though that you should know. There were several folders within Danny's photos, right? It does not maintain that folder structure. There are no folders in Google Photos, and it did not automatically make albums. If I click on albums, we only have 3 albums: National Parks, Chris and Jim, and episode 265. There is no wedding album, there is no Fiji album, etc. There is another video that will show you how to do that. I'm referring to Geeks on Tour tutorial video number 710. Will show you how to make folders and turn them into albums in Google Photos. But I hope you agree that this is a wonderfully easy way to get photos from your computer to your Google Photos so that all of your photos are in one place.
So does that Google Photos have like a certain amount of memory that?
Storage, yes.
Storage, yeah, is it combined with your Google one?
It's all your Google account, right?
All your Google, so if you have a lot of email with attachments.
Yeah.
And then they'll invite you every once in a while, would you like to switch to a larger storage account?
Cause I'm getting a notice that
Yes.
Yeah,
my memory for my emails is getting full.
yes, and I'll go
And your
through, and I'll
email-
still go through my email and
Yes.
Okay, then yeah.
discard it, thinking I can throw away some of the
So it
emails.
asks me if I wanna clean it out.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it pulls it up and I delete whatever I don't want.
right.
Can I make like a folder, cause I save a lot of recipes, so can I make a folder? When I go to save it in my email?
I doubt if your recipes are what's causing the issues, unless you're saving them as really large pictures. So if you go to your Google account. And go to storage, I believe it is, go away. Here, let's just search. And put in storage. It should show you your storage used. It's not. This because we're on slow connection or what? Now it's not responding at all.
So when it says to save things to the cloud, Is that like something anyone can get into, like,
Nope.
okay, so when you,
Oh, you mean safety wise?
yeah, when you go and save stuff to the cloud, is that just?
Well, it depends on what cloud you mean. I mean,
The
there are
Dropbox
many clouds.
Oh, okay.
Cumulus or.
Yeah. I mean, Microsoft has their clouds, Google has their clouds.
Third-party places.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can,
Which
There's
is
usually
the same
random-
as cloud,
there is no one cloud.
there's, okay.
So it
There's
depends
no
on what you're
safe
talking
cloud?
about. There are many clouds, so it depends on what you're talking about. If you're saving it to Google's cloud, that means you're using up your shared cloud space in your Google account.
Google Docs.
Google Docs,
Photos.
Google Photos,
Email.
your email, music, all that kind of stuff. So yes, in your YouTube videos, I'm not sure.
Forget about it.
But so yeah, if you want to, the best way to do it is to go to the cleanup space and see, because it will show you what your categories are.
Okay,
Usage details, it should show you.
Yeah, there you go.
I've got almost 9 gig in Gmails and photos, almost 5 gig, so.
so how can I, like, give myself more room?
Well, what you can do is download those things. First of all, what I would do is check your Gmail to see if you have big attachments.
Okay.
In the Gmail, yeah.
Right, because that's easy to do by using an advanced search. Up here, if I click the right button. So you can say,
Size, yeah.
right, let's say just show here's greater than 3 megabytes or whatever. And it'll search and do that, and it'll show you
You went more,
to your advanced search right here.
that's what I'm saying.
So
Yesterday.
if it were me, what I would do is I would start getting rid of the old newsletter files.
Gotcha.
Because they're posted, I don't need them anymore.
That's, it's something you can kind of mindlessly do while you're watching television.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, try that first and see if that,
Okay.
and then another thing you can do is go to the oldest ones if you think you
Yes,
don't need them
I've
anymore.
done that, give me backwards.
Right. Search on the oldest
Evaluate.
ones instead of the newest ones and get rid of some of the old ones.
Okay.
And you know that this is a select all button, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if you
And
say,
they go to a spam, don't they, for 30 days?
yes, I typically get rid of spam,
And then you can duck it early, but
so I'll just do that every day.
delete all spam messages now
Right.
option.
And the trash is another thing. If you go to your trash, I've got 4720, I haven't emptied it in a while. So what I can do is just empty the trash now, because I know there's nothing in there that I want. So it'll ask me, do you want to do that? For sure, and it'll do that, so. After you've done cleaning up the big attachments or whatever you don't need, just go ahead and empty the trash and hopefully that'll give you some more room.
Thank you.
And for photos, the sad part is that, at least for me, Google is my backup. Although I have backups other places too. So what you could do is download the photos off of Google Photos. And then delete them, once you've got them locally, delete them off of Google Photos, that'll free up some space. But be careful, because if you have the originals, which I hope you do.
The size.
The originals are going to be better quality than the ones you get off of Google.
Okay.
Because unless you've signed up to take up more space, they typically will, just say dumb it down. They give us a smaller resolution or a worse resolution, let's say, to the pictures so that it takes up less space in your Google account.
You know, the advantage of using Google Photos though is to have them all in one place for searching.
Well, plus the fact that it backs them up, you've got them on
Yeah,
your,
in two
on your
places
phone and
automatically.
they're in the cloud, so if something happens to your phone, you should still go to your
So
cloud.
you gotta kind
Like
of
when
think.
Anissa gave me that picture of or that flyer for the AI, I took a picture of it and then I went to the computer and went to my photos and there it was. And I sent that up to the webpage and modified the webpage so that we'd have a link to it. So that you guys couldn't see it. So I did that, you know, the phone synced up to the cloud and then my computer, my laptop also synced up to the cloud. So I could get that photo without having to email it to myself or whatever.
This week I needed a picture of my grandkids, nieces, nephews and stuff all together. And they hadn't been together like for 6 years or so, but I knew there was one by a barn group, so I just searched group of kids by barn.
Okay, that's nice.
Kids on porch, group of kids, and dang, I pulled every one up that I wanted, and I was patting myself on the back for being able to find
I
it.
wanted to forward a friend's husband died, and I have a nice picture of them. And I wanted to forward it to her, and then I clicked on it to forward it and said, long list of, do you want to use what to forward it? I didn't know what to say.
That
What
might
do you
be.
mean? Here's a picture.
It said, you know, want to use Adobe Acrobat or I don't know, all these different things. And
You didn't do a forward then. I think you tried to open it. Sounds more like you.
I opened it, you know, and then I wanted to send it.
Where was the picture?
On your hard drive?
In your Google Photos or where?
It's well, probably in my I don't think I have a Google Photos. It's
On your phone?
My phone
no,
automatically.
it's on my computer, but it's
Oh, well, if it's on your computer, you have to, you don't really forward it because you have to create an email and attach it.
okay.
So
Yeah.
if I create an email, I do a compose, I do whoever,
Yeah.
and then I click on the paperclip or whatever, and I go to where it is on my. Why is it not there? Oh, there it is. Okay.
And then you
Here's some
share
pictures.
pictures or documents
Yeah,
or
or whatever.
downloads.
Okay.
So here, it's a picture of a cat, okay, so I put that in there, and then once it gets done uploading, then I could, you know, I can tell it to
Thank
go
you.
to whatever. Okay,
I've never done that before.
yeah, that's
Well,
all
we
you
can
need.
practice with sending to somebody.
Right, so we put that,
We could maybe look at the one on the Hasbro or whatever it was called,
Hasbro.
backup. So it's a little bit related to backing up.
okay, but that's backing up your computer.
Yeah,
So
it's not your, just. your-
Hello, everyone. Hey, if you have precious photos and files on your computer, this update is for you. For a long time, many of us, maybe you included, have relied on Macrium Reflect free. But there's a really important change with that software you absolutely need to know about. Yep, the free version of Macrium Reflect, it's officially been discontinued by the company.
So what's that mean for you? No more updates. And that includes critical security fixes.
So to keep all those important memories safe, it's time to find a new solution. Let me introduce you to an excellent and free alternative, Haslo Backup Suite. And the great news is, Hasleo does everything you're used to, giving you that same peace of mind. And don't worry, the switch is easy. Here are 3 simple steps to keep your memories safe.
Hasleo is designed specifically for Windows computers. To get started, you will need an external hard drive with at least twice the capacity of your C drive. If you are repurposing an existing drive, I recommend formatting it using the GPT partition style and NTFS file system. This ensures that the drive is clean and ready for a fresh start. Visit the website shown at the bottom of this slide and click on the orange download button. You will see 2 options, x86 and ARM64. For most desktops and laptops, choose the x86 option. Once the file named Hasleo Backup Suite Free.exe has downloaded, Open the folder where you saved it and double-click the file to begin the standard installation process. When the installation is complete, Hasleo will launch. First thing it will ask you to do is create a first backup, which you will do on your external hard drive. It is essential to create an emergency backup disk. When, not if, your system drive fails, you will need this bootable media to recover your computer. This can be a CD, DVD, or a USB flash drive. To find this tool, click Tools on the left panel, indicated by the red arrow. Then select Emergency Disk, marked by the red circle. You might notice that there are lots of tools on this page. They're all free, and I'll let you explore all of those other ones at your leisure. Next, you'll create an ISO image. Specify a destination folder on your local computer to save this file. As noted, once the ISO is exported, you will have to use a third-party burner software to complete your bootable USB or disk. I am not going to go into how to do that. There are plenty of sites on the YouTube that will tell you how to do that. On the Home tab, your created backup will appear in a gray task box. To manage it, look for the Actions button on the right edge of that box. From the drop-down menu, select Edit. To set up a new schedule, click the plus icon shown here. I have configured my own system for a mix of full and incremental backups. As you can see, I maintain the 4 most recent full backups and 14 daily increments in order to balance safety with storage space. I have scheduled my full backups to occur on the 1st and 15th of every month at 2:30 a.m. Once you have clicked on the appropriate buttons as shown, click OK to create the schedule. You can, of course, choose whatever timing works best for you. I also have an incremental backup scheduled for every day at 2:30 a.m. When these schedules overlap on the 1st and 15th, Hasleo automatically recognizes the conflict and will prioritize the full backup. Note, the free version of Macrium Reflect did not even support incremental backups. These are much more time and space efficient than differential backups. For added security, you might choose the air gap method. That is, you keep your external backup drive disconnected entirely when not in use. In this scenario, you would not set an automatic schedule. Instead, you would manually plug in the drive at a convenient time, run the backup, and then disconnect it when the backup is complete. This physical separation protects your backup drive from being compromised if your main system is ever infected or attacked.
Taking this small step today ensures all your precious memories will stay protected.
Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I hope this is helpful.
How can they do that for free?
There are probably extra features in the
Oh, you want the
paid
pro version or something?
probably, I'm guessing.
I was gonna say this.
So if I want to get my pictures off my desk computer that I gave to my son, I would need to get an external hard drive, put them on.
Either that or a USB drive of some sort.
Okay.
I mean,
Or a big enough one, yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's the easiest way.
And then label your USB drive, otherwise you end up with a
Well,
box
I'm assuming you have a new computer that you're using.
or you just want to back up.
Yeah,
to
so
stay-
you would just transfer them onto the hard drive or onto the USB drive or hard drive. And then once you get that into, once you get the photos copied onto the drive, you take that drive over to your new computer and you copy them into your, let's call it pictures directory of your new computer. And there they are.
I was just, because I end up with a box full of USB
Yes.
things and
Yep.
they got a hodgepodge.
Yeah, it's always fun.
If I could go back, I wouldn't let myself do that.
It's hard not to. Especially when you do it spur of the moment or whatever you say. I need to back this up or put.
Like I save things on the spur of the moment to my desktop.
Oh, yeah.
I'll know it's there. I'll go back and get it and put it where it should be. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, that might be useful if we need a backup. I don't know if people would be interested in that HTML landing page or create a website.
It's, 12 minutes, yeah.
Or is that
No.
something beyond that, this group probably?
No.
12 minutes, yeah. 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 Let's look at this one.
Cyber criminals.
Got 10 password habits.
Oh, passwords, yeah, sure.
Okay. I don't think we looked at this before.
But that's a cyber criminal.
Where does it say click it on you? Why do you?
They had children have.
People can be with passwords. Here are some risky password habits that cyber.
All right, let me start that back up since for some reason it was muted. Okay. Oh, jeez.
Many cybercriminals exploit. It's strange how predictable people can be with passwords. Here are some risky password habits that cybercriminals often exploit so you can ensure your passwords are safer. Seasonal word plus current year plus punctuation. Every few months, people switch to something like winter 2025 or spring 2024 because they think it's smart. As such, you should never use anything so obvious for your password. Bumping the ending number on the same base. Some people rotate their passwords by changing the number, like turning road trip 1 into road trip 2. They think they're being responsible by changing it up, but attackers just run every number in a row until one sticks. Keyboard walks. A bunch of letters like 1QAZ to WSX look random at first glance. Passwords like AZXCVVBNM or ASDFGH appear millions of times in leaks, right next to QWERTY, of course. Capital first, exclamation last. A password that starts with a capital letter and ends with an exclamation point is far too obvious. Use capital letters at random moments in your password instead. Exactly 8 characters. 8 characters used to be good enough, but these days it's the bare minimum. Most stolen passwords fall right at 8. The longer the password, the more secure it is. As long as you can remember it all, though. Admin on admin portals. Admin123. Admin and administrator all pop up far too often, and that's why attackers run those right away. You should never use this word in your password. L33T swaps of obvious words. Replacing letters with symbols like @ for A, 0 for O, and $sign for S creates tired variants that cracking tools generate automatically. Never rely on words or their leet replacements. Reversed words and case toggles. Flipping a word backward or reversing the capitalization doesn't make your password original. Password engines auto-create those flips from a simple dictionary list and will recognize that password is just drowsap. Near-miss typos and neighbor key swaps. Typos get people into trouble, and simple mistakes, like missing a letter or hitting the key beside the one you meant, produce many common variants. These include words like passrod or admin. Base password plus the site's initials or domain. A few people tack a short site tag on the end of their favorite password, like SunnyDayYT for a YouTube password or SunnyDayM for their email.
Oh shoot, there goes some of
This
my...
is Linus from Linus Tech Tips, and we hacked the phone.
You know, and they had, I think on Tech for Senior, they had a thing that pass keys they kept talking about. And you won't need a password, use passkey, and I still thought it was confusing.
Yeah.
That might not be sticking around. I thought, geez.
If that's one way I have.
Do you have one on that? Because I thought,
Here it is, the final version of passkeys.
yeah, it must be something like that.
All right, good way to do
Of
it.
course, I never really embraced it.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine being able to build.
I don't mind using my
Okay, so
finger.
let's talk about a piece of tech that was supposed to save us all from password hell. You know what I'm talking about. Passkeys. They were meant to be the future, but for a lot of us, they've just become a brand new kind of headache. So, why are they failing? I mean, if you've ever found yourself just staring at that sign in with a passkey button and feeling, I don't know, a mix of confusion and annoyance, you are not crazy. And you're definitely not alone. The promise was so simple, right? A seamless one-tap login. But the reality has been, well, a mess. What went so wrong? We're going to break this down like a detective story. Really look at the evidence. First, we'll revisit the problem they were trying to solve. Then, we'll look at their totally confusing arrival on the scene, the real-world frustrations, why our own human nature is getting in the way, and finally, what it's actually going to take to fix this.
All right, so let's set the scene. We all get the password problem. It's this endless, low-level stress in our digital lives. They have to be complex, but we can't remember them. They have to be unique, but we have hundreds of them. Passkeys were supposed to be the hero that finally broke that cycle.
And here's the fundamental difference, the big idea. A password is just a secret you know. And, secrets could be stolen, they can be forgotten, but a passkey, it's a combination of something you have, like your phone, and something you are, like your fingerprint or face. It's this super secure key that's almost impossible to steal. On paper, it's just better. Okay, so if the tech is so much better, where did it all go off the rails? Well, our investigation starts with clue number 1, the rollout, or more accurately, the complete lack of one. And that's really it. For most people, this new option just appeared. You went to log into a website like you always do, and suddenly, there it was. No explanation, no hey, here's a cool new thing, nothing. It's no wonder so many of us just instinctively looked for the familiar password box. You see this explanation? This is exactly what was missing. It's not that complicated. The website holds a public key, but the private part, the real secret sauce, never ever leaves your device. That's the magic. That's why it's so secure. If only someone had told us that. And look, this isn't some abstract problem. This is a real quote from a reader named Katz. Think about that. Even for someone tech savvy enough to try and set them up, the whole thing was a black box that just spit out error messages. And that experience is just incredibly common. And it wasn't just us who were confused. Websites and companies have been super timid too. They're terrified of locking you out of your account if you lose your phone. But by keeping passwords as a backup, they're leaving the old security door wide open. And by making passkeys totally optional, well, they pretty much guaranteed most of us would just ignore them.
So that brings us to clue number 2 in our little investigation. The actual day-to-day experience of trying to use these things. It has been a mess of friction, failures, and just plain frustration.
Remember the dream? This is what they sold us. The idea that logging in would be as simple as touching a sensor or just glancing at your screen. Effortless, instant, secure. It was supposed to be amazing. But the reality has been this clunky 6-step dance. You try to log in on your computer, it tells you to get your phone. You scan a QR code, you use your fingerprint on the phone, and then you just wait and hope that the digital handshake between your two devices actually works. It's often way slower than just typing a password. And I'm not kidding about the hope it doesn't fail part. A reader named Ray said passkeys failed for him 75% of the time. And not on some tiny random website. We're talking about Google, Microsoft. When the new thing is that much less reliable than the old thing, you've got a serious problem.
Now, this might be the single biggest frustration for people. The very thing that makes a passkey secure, the fact that it lives on your device, is also what makes it feel like a trap. What happens when you get a new laptop, or you want to sign in on your work computer? It suddenly feels like your login is held hostage by one piece of hardware.
This quote from Pocket Drummer just nails it. We've gotten used to password managers that work everywhere, on everything, seamlessly. But passkeys, they often feel like a huge step backward, locking you into one specific device and break in that it just works feeling. And then there's the whole shared account problem. Beth and David bring up a fantastic point. How is a family supposed to share a Netflix account or a bank account when the login is tied to one person's face or fingerprint? It's such a basic real-world issue that seems to have been completely ignored.
So let's recap. We've got a confusing, unannounced arrival, and we've got a clunky, frustrating experience. When you put those two clues together, the culprit becomes painfully obvious, and it's the most predictable one in the world. It's us. It's human nature.
Let's just connect the dots here. First, you roll out a brand new technology that nobody bothered to explain. So right out of the gate, people are confused and a little suspicious.
Second, the people who do brave the confusion and actually try it, well, they often find it slower, buggier, and just plain more annoying than the thing it's supposed to replace. And third, and this is the killer, every single time this new, confusing, frustrating thing pops up, the old, familiar password box is sitting right there, just an easy click away. So what do you think happens next? And there you have it. That's the verdict right there. As Sydney Butler puts it, we humans will almost always take the path of least resistance. When you make the new path confusing and full of potholes, of course we're going to stick to the old, familiar road. Passkeys are failing because they made the new way the harder way. So the case is pretty much closed. But that doesn't mean it's a lost cause. The tech itself is genuinely good. It's too promising to just throw away. So the real question is, what's it going to take to turn this ship around and finally kill the password for good? It really boils down to three things. First, education. Websites have to actually explain what these are and why you should use them. Second, interoperability. It has to be dead simple to use your passkeys across your iPhone, your Windows PC, your Android tablet, all of it. And third, and this is the big one, reliability. It just has to work every single time. Not a 6-step maybe, but a true one-tap login. Which really leaves us with this final question to think about. The underlying technology of passkeys is really solid. It's more secure, it's clever. So was the problem ever really the tech itself? Or was it a complete failure to understand the actual human beings who were supposed to use it?
Both.
Yeah.
Do not use.
You know, I looked in my password book the other day, and I have very old passwords to very old stores or.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, I go on there and delete my accounts. Are they getting information about me?
No and no. You might not be able to delete your accounts, for one thing, and just because you have an account doesn't mean it's doing anything. It's just sitting there.
Probably just let it.
Yeah, I would just.
I'd probably let it go.
Right.
You know, I thought of something when during this little side show, they mentioned QWERTY,
Yeah,
and I wondered, does everybody know
well, what he was talking about.
what QWERTY stands for? Why it came, how it came to be?
Well, all those examples are the same thing. They're just different rows.
Yeah, but the QWERTY is, well, yeah, because people will think, oh, I'm clever to use that as a, but it started because on a typewriter,
Well,
they wanted the keys set up so they were less likely to tangle.
It was to slow people down.
Slow them down.
Right.
Or they're less likely to press a Q and something else and have the two keys go. And somebody was commenting that in this day of supercomputers, AI, everything, QWERTY is still.
Well, that's because it's because people know it. Again, the whole, you've heard of the Dvorak keyboard?
Yeah, that was an attempt to change it.
That was the attempt to speed up typing with this keyboard layout that made typers go faster. If you memorize the keyboard, but
the new keyboard.
Nobody wanted to memorize the new keyboard. I mean, they grew up with, I grew up with touch typing.
Yeah.
So I know where the keys are.
I did.
Yeah. So I'm not about to go trying to learn a whole new keyboard. You know, my brain can only handle so
But I
much.
just think it's so funny that this all goes back to a manual typewriter.
It's exactly
that
right.
The keys might get tangled.
And that happened to me
And
plenty of
it's
times.
still with us.
Yeah.
In the age of us talking to your computer and having it print what you say.
Right.
But it's still the thing in the
So how do the kids look at their keyboard on their phone and go?
I have no idea.
Cause they're used to that.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they grew up
We grew up with the typewriter, that's why
and that's why we can't do that. I just look at them and say, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're just so quick with their thumbs.
And your thumb is such a clumsy.
I know, that's what I call it.
It's more than one key and.
Right.
And they're talking to you while they're doing it.
Yeah.
That's what gets me, it's like, really?
I can't figure that out either.
Yeah, I just stick to my laptop or something.
Well, they say that some people think they're talking to your computer is going to be more because it'll already clean up what you're saying. You know, if you stutter
Yeah.
and if you change something,
Right, right.
it won't even show what your first try was. It just moves it out for you.
My sister went for forgot what it's like. It was Dragon. It was called the Dragon.
Oh, Dragon.
Oh, that used to be the
Yeah,
thing.
and you talk to
Yes.
it, but it took a lot of work.
And you have to train
Exactly.
it. You have to train it.
You have to
That's right.
train your voice,
Yes,
and you have to talk like nonstop to it so it gets your voice right.
right.
And then the punctuation and your
Yeah.
changing lines.
Nowadays, you don't have to do any of
You
that.
don't have to do it. It knows.
It's so
Oh,
much
she
better.
went for paralegal class. She graduated. They gave her, because she has arthritis, they gave her the Dragon software. But it was so difficult for her to use it.
Yeah.
That's got to be totally
Yeah.
gone by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
know, but
that was just 2 years ago. They.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. They
You know,
still gave it
that's
to her.
amazing.
What's her name?
Pam.
Who lived near me?
Oh.
Lorna?
Yeah.
She
Good for you.
would be the answer, and she had Dragon. I don't think she really got into it a lot, but that was going to be her way to do all her projects to talk to it, because it'd be faster, and she don't have to worry about having a little tremor maybe,
Yeah, right.
but it's going so far the other way. Change it again. Pretty soon you'll just think it.
Right?
That's like when I go online and it tells me, how did you know I was shopping for that?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just reading my thoughts, that's all.
Well, and if you notice, if you go on YouTube or do any kind of searches, if you go on Facebook, you'll see all the ads that tie into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they tie into all of where you searched and all of what you were looking
Mr.
at.
Google was do no evil.
Oh.
Is making all his money on.
Reader's Digest had
Shopping.
4 articles on AI. And I read them times, probably more at my level, but one thing they said was that if you don't fill out the information, AI will just put it in.
And sometimes.
Yeah, just bring it up. And they said a good idea is to say, I want information from a scientific source or a valid source.
That's totally right. Yes. Your prompt. The prompt is the way you phrase your question.
Right.
Like I am a home user and I just need something to explain this, but I want it to be from a good source. You know, you just tell it exactly what you want. And then you can, there's tricks like you can have the results from one search tool and have it pasted into another search tool and say, please check this to see if it's accurate. And on and on and on. I don't know. How do you keep up with it?
How are they gonna know if college students are
Right.
using that?
Well, they are already going through that.
You know?
I asked the high school nephew, I said, are they teaching you about AI? And, you know, it's a tool you should be aware of. You should be understanding when it's good to use and all that. No, they just tell you, don't use it, don't use it, don't use it. So they can know if you used it. And I hear those tools are even being
bypassed,
yeah, they're not as
Yeah, I mean, there was an article, or I guess a video about teachers using Google Docs. If they require that the students use Google Docs, whatever, they can bring
it
up,
automatically.
No, well, they can bring up the option to show the typing.
And it did, yes.
And it shows that the the keystrokes that are being used, or if it's a cut paste.
Did they change it? Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, you know, when I was in 4th grade or something, we had to start doing reports, I remember. And all I had was a grocery store encyclopedia at home. So if I had to do something on Africa or something, I'd read it, but I paraphrased.
Okay.
Every line, just reworded it.
Yeah.
They got me by all right at that time.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's a little fancier, but kind of the same thing.
Nowadays you wouldn't be able to pass 4th grade.
Right. Things are.
Yeah.
Well, they say, like somebody said that they would do 80% of their own coding. You know, they write the programs, tell them what to do. And now they do
10%.
practically all of it is done by Claude or one of the big tools, and it says it does a fine job. But that's what's gonna make it smarter than we are pretty soon.
So what happens when we have just the upper class and the lower class? I
Yeah,
think I'll be in the lower class
yeah,
with a retirement pension. If,
just so they give us a good retirement pension.
yeah, if they don't.
What do they call it? Universal basic income?
If the legislature doesn't take it away.
Yeah, exactly. And does that change every 4 years and what it's gonna look like? There's a lot of people talking about it.
All right, we done.
You know, I was gonna bring up that we talked last month, I guess, about having a social lunch again, maybe in June or July. And we were talking about restaurants, and I don't know, I keep coming back to where we've been going.
Yeah, either there or Old Town.
But
Did you
I
call?
didn't check, because I don't, I just don't think they have the seating together. You'd have to be in. They'll ultimately in
Also in the back where the salad bar.
where it used to be.
Yeah.
I go by that every day, so I can stop in and look, or talk to them. But I think, where we've been going is,
Sugar Creek.
Sugar Creek. You know, when they used to sit us more in the back, it seems like there were bigger tables or in the side
Yeah.
room, and they never wanna offer those unless
Well,
we.
last time we went, it was in use, remember?
Oh, was it?
But then you might have to call ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna call ahead further. I think we called ahead at least one time. Anyway. And then we never know how many are coming till sometimes.
That's a barrel puts.
So what are the
tables
biggest
together.
scams to watch for in 2026?
We have time for another one? What do we got
There
here?
was an article.
Oh, yeah.
Ellen has her mind on
Where we got-
scams.
where
Yeah.
is it?
Use AI to check for a scam.
Oh,
It doesn't say minutes, it says article.
this is something you should read on your own, because it is an article, it's from AARP. So,
Okay, that's from AARP.
right, I go away.
But you need to read it instead of.
Yeah, anytime I put article or something in there, it's a read only.
You could probably turn this into a
Yeah.
video.
Probably have AI read it.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. With animations.
Wow.
Right.
And they don't call. They call us.
All right, is that it?
Okay, I think that's the show there. How about questions from the home users? Anybody?
Pardon me?
The home users. I was seeing if they had any questions. They're just points or
Nothing that,
Stop gaming.
if we've confused everybody, then we've done our job.
yeah. All right.
Is it raining where anybody lives? Is it raining in Elyria or Oberlin?
I don't know what it's doing.
You can't see from here.
You guys.
Your
My blinds are pulled.
It's, it was all sunny, but now it's getting a little cloudy over the lake here.
Don's trying to hide out from the feds.
The vents they have to go get done. The curtain's pulled, they can't find you.
Stop. Oh. Oh, did.
Okay, so are we calling the meeting?
I think we're going to wrap it up for today.
See if they can.